What would I tell you that tracing is actually a known tactic that's been used in the comic book industry for quite a while? Welcome everybody to a new video. Today we'll be talking about pretty much the history of tracing within the comic book industry. If you guys don't know, not that long ago I made a video about an artist, a cover artist who does artwork for like DC, Marvel, and other companies, and they recently got caught tracing a piece of their cover art for Ultimate Spider-Man, and it was the Mary Jane's daughter, and that character right there was pretty much traced from another artist. If you guys want to check out that video, there'll be a link in the description below. But other than that, that literally led me to a rabbit hole of finding out so many artists have been caught tracing before. But in the industry, it's actually known from a different word, and it's called swipe. So what swipe is comic book's term an intentional copy of a cover art, panel, or page from an earlier comic book or graphic novel without crediting the original artist. This blows my mind. I didn't know this was a thing. I know homages are a thing where you take a cover from the past artwork and pretty much a current artwork. Like, I actually did that from X-Men number 141 cover for the Days of Future Past. I made a homage cover based on that cover, but I used my own characters. I did it my own style, I did it my own way, and I tried to obviously keep the inspiration, but keep it with my own thing. Now, artists like Jack Kirby, Neil Adams, Herge, or Jim Lee, I guess know some of the great artists in our comic book industry, are common targets of swipes. Though even though artists may not be above reproach, Kirby was known to have swiped from Hal Foster earlier in his career. This is a long tradition in comic books used in fine art as inspiration as well. Most observers do not consider this objectable as swiping from another cartoonist's work. Now, cartoonists also swipe images from mass media and commercial art, including examples of Batman creator Bob Kane, aka not the real creator, Bill Finger is the creator. I will keep saying that, I don't care. Anyways, or co-creator, repeatedly swiping from the early 20 illustrator Henry Vallely. I think that's his name. Grayland, repeatedly swiping from pornographic, as well as many popular comic artists. That's just very few examples right there, guys, that I'm gonna showcase from those two artists, and we're actually gonna expand that from even to a cartoon artist. Before that, I want to show you guys one little part right here. It says Canadian artist Kevin Munch once drew an entire comic book entirely based on swipes. Munch 1993 Captain Atom was a narrative collage of images and text from over 50 separate Silver Age and Bronze comics randomly put together form of an original story. It blows my mind how that was accepted. Holy hell. Now pretty much you got the all information I showcased with what swipe is. Let's bring out some examples right now. So here is one example right here. Here is Roy. He is a pop culture kind of artist who is really known to plagiarize a lot of comic books, as is right here. Pop art founder made millions with the comic book artist he copied struggle financially. So what he did was always find a comic strip that he liked, and he pretty much copied almost one-to-one, even with the shadings too, was heavily inspired with the original one. As you can see with the plane, has very similar same shading style compared to the actual the painting from Roy did. So that is number one. And here is another example with the ladies. Right here you can see the face is the same, the eyes are the same, hair is different, but the body is very similar, and he does change some things with like the hands and stuff like that. Maybe it's enough changes where it's like, okay, that's not really that bad, which, okay, fair enough. But here is another one right here. As you can see, he likes copying a lot of comic strips that he likes. Let me go zoom in for you guys. So you can see one on the left right here is a comic strip, and here on the right is pretty much his quote unquote trace original work. So he's been doing this for some time. He made millions and millions of dollars of trace work, and that is one of the that's why I don't respect an artist like this at all, because it is trace work. It is not like an original concept, or more like it's not an original design. It's just copying almost exactly one-to-one. Look at the shadows of the hair, look at the shadows on the woman's hair, look at the cheetah print on the coat, and for the other one he just changes to different colors so roll bright, and that's pretty much it. But the same eye look, same like tie, suit, hand, everything. So you can see a lot of it is the same. It doesn't really change it, or it could be like his own thing, in my personal opinion. Here is the Bob Kane one right here. Comic Spice, the iconic image Detective Comics number 27 was taken from Alex Raymond's Flash Gordon. As you can see right here, the Flash Gordon one is right here on the top left, and the Batman number 27 is on the top right. The other one was actually from Hal Foster's Tarzan on the left, and Bob Kane's on the right from Detective Comics number 33. So you can see the swiping has been happening for so long. Here is Greyland, another artist been accused about plagiarism. Greyland is an American artist best known for his work such as Uncanny X-Men, Birds of Prey, and Fantastic Four. He worked for Marvel and DC, and here are the plagiarism accusations right here. Land has been accused of going beyond the accepted bounds of photographic reference, lifting images from sources that include hardcore prawn stuff and copying them into his page outright. Minimal Photoshop alterations to make the work appear to be an original drawing. The petition he developed from his work on Ultimate Fantastic Four, Ultimate Powerland, has agreed that he does employ photo reference to a large extent, that he uses prawn I will highlight it for you guys, alright, as a source, but denies the extent to which does is questionable. So if you guys don't know what he does, he pretty much, some of the characters are very sexual, even though it's just like as you can see, like, yeah, I mean, you could just tell by their faces how he portrays the characters and what they're doing. I'm gonna go a step forward, guys. Here is another one. As you can see, the character right above, looks like they're doing something, all right? But another one is, well, he reuses poses from his own characters and faces and designs. As you can see, it's the same face from Spider-Gwen and also Mary Jane. Again, that is up to people if that's really wrong to do. That is his own work that I know of. He just reuses it a lot, and is that okay? Is that not okay? Let me know in the comments below. But here's another thing, guys. A very, very funny one. Here is Iron Man. Yes, that is Iron Man. I have no clue what the hell's going on. And he uses this image to create that Iron Man. As you can see, it's almost 1-to-1. But that's not all. Yes, there's actually more, guys. Here is the separation of Buthch, Tristan Jones, and Greyland on Alien. So here is Alien's cover right here by Greyland, and here is why this looks similar, because Tristan Jones' Alien sketch is because it's 1-to-1 almost, except for the head part, I believe. So here is more right here of them showcasing everything. All the red marks is pretty much copied from 2 art pieces from the artist to what Greyland did on the cover. And yeah, that's just like, come on, dude. It's exactly 1-to-1. That's not the way to go about it. That's not how you pay homage, in my personal opinion. Now, this one, we're actually gonna go through pretty much a Twitter thread of Francesco Mattina. I think I say it right? Which he has been known as a big artist who pretty much plagiarized a lot of his work. Let's go from beginning to end. Here's a thread documented from Francesco Mattina keeps getting work at DC Comics despite having caught tracing several times. And this is by Ned's Good Takes, by the way. Neb's Good Takes, if you guys want to give credit to the person. Please post them up. So here is, right here, here is his stuff. Let's break it down. His death was first noticed on May 2017, where Bleeding Cool posted an article noting that it looked like Francesco Mattina's trace in McDonald's premium slideshow collectibles art print on the left. So here is the art print, and here is pretty much the comic book that I'm gonna call him Francesco. I think that's the best way of saying it, right? Here is another example right here in 2017. There's no nudity. Oh my god, I thought I was gonna get banned. As you can see right here is, well, it's pretty much 1-to-1. As you can see, like, oh my god, even to the shoe. Oh, like, it's just too close. But again, you can make an argument that he changes enough where, like, hey, that is his own style, this is his own way. This is another one right here. As you can see, it is an iconic pose, but it's the same highlight from the same helmet right here. That's another thing we could tell when something's very plagiarized, guys. It's like if they're very similar highlights, guys, very similar shadings, that's where you could like tell, oh, this is like for sure plagiarism. like, because they copy pretty much almost one-to-one in the case of, like, especially when it comes to the shading and the helmet. As you can see, it's 3D helmet right here, 3D helmet, 3D X right there. It's very, very goddamn similar. Yeah, dude. Here is a very one that I knew about, by the way, from Nova. Nova and the Flash. Here is the Flash right here, and here is Nova right here in the bottom. Yeah. Oh, here is an actual video right here of actual plays. Like, so here is the Flash, and here is Nova. As you can see, it's pretty much one-to-one. Now, what Francesco does, where it gives my doubt, is because he adds so much layers upon layers to, like, really pollute, I guess you could say, of the original artwork. We're like, I guess it is completely the same, right? But when this is right here, it's not an homage. This is straight out tracing, because if you do a homage or similar pose, if you do it yourself, it will look different, because you can't copy one thing to another. Mostly every human is not like a copier, where you cannot just make a copy of the image. There are some artists out there who do that. They're like robots or something like that. That's just a whole different story. Here is another one right here from Alex Garner's post. I saw that Sean Strange posted this image showing Francesco Mattina, also a Trace's variant for the Joker #1. So here's Punchline variant cover right here, and here is another one, which let me move right here, guys, from Riot Games in 2019. Art is from Six More Vodka Studio, Valentin Gordon, and here is Francesco Mattina for the Punchline Joker comic. Okay, so I kind of have a theory how he pretty much traces it works. It pretty much, I believe he gets an image, and what he does, he moves around the images. So you can see right here, it's literally the same part of the nose, but he fills out like the other side of the face for Punchline. As you can see right here, the nose is exactly at the same spot, and the same thing with the head. You can see right here, the line of this character from Punchline is exactly the same. What he does is adds a bonnet, which in this case was the other side of the face, made it more rounder compared to the original right here. As you can see, that's what it looks like. Oh, is it really tracing, or did he trace certain angle first and then he fills it away to kind of make it more in a new way, right? So you can see it's the same placement of the mount too as well, guys. It's like it's the same like space as well. Now, what about the arms? Well, that is another part right here, guys. I moved it around. I moved around the hand for this knife right here. He's just rotates it. As you can see, it's it's close to 101 on this. Now, I try to put it right there. Look at that. So it is. I feel what he does with the images, he pretty much cuts them up or moves them around to get to get them in a different pose, right? It's different, like obviously hand right here. Don't get me wrong, but it's like bigger. But as you can see, it's literally like on this part, and also that the sword handle and is almost the same. Look at this. Look at this part right here, guys. Is literally almost the same. That's what he does. So I realized why I felt conflicted. I was like, is this guy really tracing? Is it really tracing, or am I just being like paranoid? So hey, that's just my theory, guys. Let me know. Let me comment below. Am I reaching? Hey, I would love to hear your guys' opinion about it. Am I reaching? Now that we talk about a bunch of artists, try to showcase examples after example. I even went really deep for the Francesco one with like how I believe how he traces the artwork, but make it seem like it's more of his by moving things around. Now we're gonna go through Buthch Hartman. Well, he's been known to plagiarize in the past or just being very lazy with his work. Here is an example right here. Sorry guys, how to fix that. Very parent creator accused of plagiarism from Japanese Twitter artists for commissions. So you can see right here, the artwork on the left is old 28 tons drawing on the left, Hartman's on the right. And he charged $200 to this drawing or something like that. As you can see, it's just very heavily referenced because like everything's on the same pretty much path. I think what it was is like he was very lazy with it, where like, oh, can you draw me this character? All right, cool. Google first image. All right, cool. I'm gonna use that as reference and just go with that. He didn't do his research. Didn't find try different poses, or not necessarily pose, but at least different ways to like make the character in his own art style. And I think he just went lazy with it, in my personal opinion. But yeah, so right here, Buthch has been accused of plagiarism art on Twitter. A recent commission from Very Art Prince creator was scrutinized as bearing close resemblance to another artist's work. Hartman has spent 3 years dealing with controversies stemming with his oasis of network. Buthch posted a commission that some thought resembled another artist's work. As you can see, here's the original artist right here. And I received a report from a fan that has been plagiarized. I checked the tweets and found many similarities to my work. In addition, that there was a possibility that money was being made, so I'm urgently alerting to this. So, as you can see, the biggest reason why a lot of people do not like this too as well is because he's making money off like what the original artist created, and there's like no credit, there's nothing for the other artists. He just took what he just saw on the internet. And obviously new artists are going to do that. A lot of artists when start out, they eventually do that. I did that when I started. But when you learn more about the business, when you learn more about the art world, it's like, oh, don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, all right. But I think like obviously this was not traced, you can totally tell. I think it's just more very heavily referenced. I think that's kind of going across the line of pretty much becoming plagiarism compared to like making it their own self, even though it's their own art style. That's just my opinion. Let me know in the comments below. So to end the video, I'm going to end with the sneak peek for my new video, when it's crossing the line of copying and reference too much. So here is a person called American Dad, which is very known on social media by a lot of people. It took him 3 weeks to build an Hitmonlee 3D pretty much figure. As you can see, and just working on it. Building it is a huge statue-like character, obviously, and as you can, I recognize the pose from Pokemon Go. And if you guys don't know, let me see if I can get like the right image. There it is, how it looks like right here. As you can see the full image right here, guys, right? And I want to show you guys an image of how the Hitmonlee looks in Pokemon Go. If you go right here, that's how the image in Pokemon Go looks. It's the same pose, same everything. It just looks more in the front court. Now, in his case, he's not making money off of it that I know of. He's not making money off of it. He just did it, he created it. It looks really cool, very dope. But here it gets a little bit tricky, and I want like, and again, we're gonna go more in deep dive into this. It's like when is okay, when it's not okay, because he does signs. He does some LED signs from people to create custom or other people's logos. Like for example, here is a Dragonite that obviously is a reference to this Dragonite. Gengar. So I'm gonna show you guys the Gengar I was talking about. It's right here. As you can see, it's the same Gengar style. Obviously, it's a different medium. In this case, LEDs, but it's the same outline, same everything. From the head, from the mouth, from the eyes, it's the same thing. Now, the question is gonna be, is this okay? Even though he's making money off of it, but because it's a different medium, is that okay? Because clearly it is literally nothing new to the character, obviously other than a different medium. But what I'm talking about is the design, obviously with the eyes, the mouth, and feet, hands, everything, pose, everything is one-on-one. So people are not okay with other people's stuff when we showcased earlier in the video, but is this okay? They're making money off of it too as well. So let me know in the comments below. Like I said, it's gonna be a full video. This is just a small example of what the video is gonna be about, guys. Like I said, I have been looking through a lot of examples of different mediums and of artists using one-to-one, people actually using tracing of like they put the image right on the wall and they trace that and they create something out of that. So like I said, it's gonna be a breaking down. It's more of a question more than accusation or anything like that, guys. It's gonna be more of a question. It's like, when is this okay? When is this not okay? Because I clearly see you saw a lot of artists that showcased earlier in the video of people being not okay with it. So people look out for that video. We're going a little bit longer. We went a little bit too far, I think, with this video. But let me know in the comments below what you thought. Hit the like, subscribe, guys. But and keep click the bell button for the video that's gonna come out after this right here. It's I don't know how long ago it's gonna be, but we'll make it between like our topics and another video before I do this one, because I'm gonna go deep dive into this, so it's gonna take me a little bit longer because I really want to showcase my examples in every reference that I found online for this video, to showcase like, is this crossing the line? Is this not crossing the line? What's the difference from this? From this? They're making money off of this, so is this okay? That kind of thing. It's just more of a question. That's pretty much it. It's not an accusation. It's not to like attack an artist or anything like that. That's just a question I've been like, it's been in my head for this, since I've been doing these art topics about people calling out other people for tracing, plagiarism, and stuff like that. And also with this video, showcase a couple examples. So yeah, it's just been stuck in my head. So keep a lookout for that video. I think it's gonna be very interesting. It's not meant for it to be hateful or anything like that. It's just more to bring in the conversation of what is okay kind of thing. Anyways, peace out, much love. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit the like, subscribe, guys. Click the bell button to get the alert for those videos. We'll make it between our topics and that video, so we could space it around, so we have to have like more variety content for you guys. All right, peace out, much love. I'll see you guys on the next one. Whoop.